Hi, welcome to Finding Stuff Out, the show where I answer all your questions. So, let's take a look at the first question.
Why, when you scratch a chalkboard, it makes that kind of noise?
Why? So that when a teacher wants to get your attention, they can do this. I don't know why it makes that sound, but by the end of the show, I'll have the answer to your question and all things sound related. Speaking of sound, let's listen to this question from Jonah.
How come when you make the volume very loud, you vibrate?
Me? I kind of vibrate all the time. But let's see what happens when we crank up the sound. Getting louder and louder. My ears are starting to buzz. Starting to vibrate. Oh my gosh, don't turn down the volume. Okay, it's a little better. There we go. What happened there? Watch this.
Anything that's a sound is really vibrations. We think the air is nothing, right? But it's full of these teeny tiny molecules, so small you can't even see them. When the rubber duck squeaks, it pushes these molecules in the air right next to it. See? They get pushed, and they push the molecules next to them, and they push the molecules next to them, and so on, all the way to your ear, where your ear turns all those vibrating, pushing molecules into sound.
Here I am with DJ Kid Koala to talk about funky vibrations. So what do you need to become a DJ? Is it talent, musicianship, or is it some rock star sunglasses?
Well, Harrison, it all boils down to vibrations.
Oh yeah, it does vibrate. That means music is all about vibrating, right?
That's right. In fact, all sound is vibrations. When I pluck this string, you can see it going back and forth at a certain speed. That's what we call the frequency, and that dictates what note you hear. That one's vibrating quite slowly, so it's a low note. This string vibrates at a higher frequency, so it'll be a higher note.
Yeah, I can see it moving really fast.
Exactly. So all music is just different notes vibrating at different frequencies.
Cool.
Your voice actually vibrates too. In fact, we can see that with our eyes. Let's go record it.
Okay.
All right, Harrison, we're rolling.
Okay.
Take it away.
Yeah! Cool! Playing with sound is fun.
That was perfect. I think we got it.
Awesome. So you actually recorded that on a vinyl record?
Yes, we did.
Wow. My grandparents gave me a vinyl record player.
Yeah, well, it's kind of an antiquated technology, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work. And for us scratch DJs, nothing beats the sound of a freshly cut vinyl record.
Smells good.
Harrison, for the first time in history, your voice is recorded onto vinyl.
Just like the Beatles.
Exactly. You better sign this.
Now let's look into this Super Zoom-o-matic. Whoa, there are grooves. Groovy.
When you play a record, the grooves in the record bounce the needle around here, causing it to vibrate. And those vibrations are amplified through all this equipment and come out of the speakers as sound.
Cool. So can we hear it?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah. Cool. Playing with sound is fun.
So, now that's cut onto the record, we can actually change the speed. So I can make you sound like a chipmunk by speeding up the record, causing the needle to vibrate even faster.
Let's hear that.
Or I can slow you way down, like this.
Playing with sound is fun. Yeah!
Let's jam.
do you call the eardrums?
Well, inside each of our ears, there's a thin membrane, not unlike this skin here on this drum.
Is the eardrum why we hear sounds in our ear?
Partly, sound enters our ear and vibrates this membrane. Then, the sound is transmitted through these 3 tiny bones and into the cochlea, which is a little snail-like structure in your ear that's full of fluid and tiny, tiny little hairs. So those 3 tiny bones transmit the vibrations through the fluid, and those hairs pick up the vibrations and send little messages to your brain, which then tells your brain that you're hearing a sound.
Ah, I feel a song coming on.
I agree. Let's hear it.
Here we go. They're surrounded by fluid, by a liquid like water, so vibrations cause ripples like a vibration oughta. And those liquid vibrations get sent right over here to some tiny microscopic hairs in your ear. Hairs in your ear? Dude, you must be insane. But those hairs in your ear send signals right to your brain. Your brain understands those signals as sounds, and that's how the process of hearing goes down. Wow, I hear through ear hair? That's both cool and weird.
You know, these hairs in your ears, they're not quite like the hair on your head. They're really, really small. And they're very sensitive hairs that send signals to your brain which allow you to hear.
Cool. Now here's another similar question about vocal cords.
How do your vocal cords make sounds?
To answer your question, please welcome my special guest, opera singer Lindsay Michael.
Hello, Harrison. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Lindsay. So how do we make sounds with our vocal cords?
Basically, the air goes through your vocal cords and then they vibrate. But if you're talking or you're singing, it's the same thing. That's what causes the sound.
Let's check it out with my Super Zoom-O-Matic.
Okay.
Do you want to do a duet with the Finding Stuff Out song?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
if you put your hand on your throat, you can feel it happen.
Okay, so after 4.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Finding stuff out, finding stuff out, finding stuff out. That's what it's all about.
Do you feel it?
Yeah, it's vibrating.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's where the sound comes from.
You have some pretty special vocal cords. How do you make such amazing sounds and stuff?
It's a lot of practice, Harrison. I've been working at it for years and years and years. And everyone has a special sound. You know how everyone's voice sounds different?
Yeah.
You can always recognize a friend's voice in a crowd?
Yeah.
That's because our bodies are different and your body is your instrument. So depending on the shape and size of your vocal cords, you're going to have different sounds. Also, the sound resonates in your head too, like in your nasal cavities. So that's why everyone's voice sounds different. And so if you train it, you can make it a really beautiful singing voice, but it's always going to sound like your voice.
So, how do you train your vocal cords?
Well, you train your vocal cords by working on your breath. So you control how much air goes through your vocal cords so you can make the sound very high or very low so it sounds consistent all the time.
So can you sing an example of like really low to really high?
Sure. So you sing a medium note, then you're using less air. So the higher and louder you are, the more air you're going to use. So if I sing a higher note, I'm using a lot more air. And my vocal cords are pulled a lot tighter.
Is it possible to break your vocal cords?
If you use your vocal cords too much, you know how you get calluses on your hands when you play guitars?
Yeah.
If you are really not careful with your voice, you can get calluses on your vocal cords.
Wow.
Called nodes.
That's not good.
That's not good. But I mean, you have to be really abusing it or shouting a lot or singing way too much too often without taking care of yourself for that to happen.
I heard that opera singers can break glass just from like a certain note or pitch or something.
That's true. You can break glass with sound. And it's pretty amazing. I've been trying, and I'm coming very close to making the glass break, but right now I can just make it vibrate.
Whoa, it was moving all over. Oh, and it was ringing out.
Yeah, you can hear it ring after.
Yeah.
So it's still vibrating from the sound.
So do you think you can break it?
Yeah, that's really easy, Harrison.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Hey, you're pretty funny. Okay, now here's another question. It's from Emma.
If you listen to your iPod too loud, are you gonna break your eardrum?
Is it true, Lindsay, if you listen to music too loud that you'll break your eardrums?
Well, you probably won't break your eardrums, but you could definitely damage your hearing. You see, there's these little hairs inside your ear that vibrate to hear the sound, and if you listen to music too loud, you could permanently damage those hairs.
It's those ear hairs again. Well, we know that sound can travel loud, but...
How do sound waves travel so fast?
They're fast, but not as fast as you might think. Check this out. Lightning causes air molecules to vibrate. That's thunder. Now we're so close to this storm, we hear the thunder as soon as we see the lightning. Like this. Whoa! Whoa! That's too close for comfort. Let's move back a bit. That's more like it. Even though the lightning is much further away, we see it almost immediately when it strikes. But the thunder, which is made at the exact same time, takes longer to get here. That's because compared to light, sound is a slowpoke. Light travels almost 1,000,000 times faster than sound.
Why are concerts so loud?
So that people in the back can hear, man. So if you're sitting in the front, you should probably bring some earplugs so that it blocks out some of the vibration. I think I heard another question.
When whales go... Are they really communicating, or are they just going... for no reason?
Well, Wolfie, I went to my favorite neighborhood aquarium
Hey, Harrison.
Hi, so...
to find out the answer from my favorite aquarium person, Nicole Can. And she says that whales not only communicate with each other using sound, but some of them, like belugas, use the same trick as submarines. They actually use sound to figure out where to go. It's incredible. It's like they can see using sound. It's called echolocation.
Basically, they make these really high-pitched click sounds, and they send them from their blowholes on the top of their heads to their melons, also called their foreheads. And as they send the sound out of their melon, it goes into the water, it hits something, and bounces back to them. And by listening to the echoes of their sounds, they can form mental pictures of their underwater world. So it's almost like they can see in the dark using just their sounds.
Wow, that's really cool.
Uh-oh. Do try this at home.
Not all humans can hear the same frequencies. So what sounds can you hear? Do you have bat-like hearing? Let's find out. See the number 0 at the bottom of the screen?
It's moving up because I'm broadcasting a tone. As soon as you can hear that tone, make a note of the number. If there are any adults in the room, ask them to try this with you. Here we go again. Remember that number. Okay, you have your number? What does it mean? Well, remember those little ear hairs we all have? As we get older, we lose the teeny tiniest of those teeny tiny hairs. Those are the ones that make the smallest vibrations and send our brain the signals for the highest frequencies. So young people who have these teeny tiniest hairs can hear higher frequencies than older people. If you heard the tone here, you hear like most 10-year-olds. If you heard it here, you hear like most 30-year-olds. And if you heard it here, your hearing is like most 70-year-olds. So no matter how mature you try to act... Hey, you heard that sound? You're a kid.
No, I'm not. I'm an old man. So every day we're surrounded by sounds, ones that we like and ones that we dislike. So right now I want to know what your favorite sound is.
The sound of water?
A horn. Like, I mean, a siren. Ripping the grass out and then like blowing grass in a fan. It's weird, I know, but it's fun to hear.
That is a little weird, but I understand.
My favorite sound is the ocean wave.
Rain falling down. It makes me really sleepy.
The wind.
The puck hitting a hockey post.
I know it's weird, but my favorite sound is popcorn kernels popping.
Popcorn is pretty tasty. I love popcorn.
Yes, it is, and it is awesome.
So there you have it. Some sounds we like and some sounds we don't like. Can you hear me? There's so much noise right now.
How come when you scratch a fork to your plate, it makes some people have the shivers?
Yeah, how come when you scratch a fork on your plate, sometimes it makes you shiver?
Ugh, don't you hate that sound? That means there's no pie left on your plate. But that's not why it gives you shivers. The short answer is adrenaline.
When an animal hears something scary, their body releases a chemical called adrenaline. Adrenaline makes them super ready for running away or fighting. Also, their hair stands up, which makes them look bigger and scarier too. Some scientists think that the squeak of chalk or the sound of a fork on a plate makes a sound similar to the shriek of apes when they're in danger. So when our prehistoric ancestors heard that kind of noise, their hair would stand up to make them look bigger and scarier, ready to fight or take flight.
Our great challengers today are Isabella.
Hello.
And Clara. Okay, so your challenge today is to combine different items to make horrible noises. You each have 10 tries. Every time you make Lindsay shiver, you get 1 point. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, go!
Oh, no, I don't think so. Oh, that made me shiver.
That's 1 point.
You got a shiver too? Oh, that was a good shiver. Oh yeah, that's a shiver. Oh. No, I don't think so. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good shiver. I think that's pretty close. Half point for that one. Oh, no, don't think that one.
No.
Made me shiver. That's pretty loud. That made me shiver just because it was loud. That's
Yeah.
good. Oh, yeah, that's pretty terrible. Oh, I don't like that sound. That didn't give me a shiver. That was pretty shivery. Yeah, I think that's a half shiver. Yeah, I don't like that. I think that counts as a shiver.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I still got a shiver though.
So Clara has 3.5 and Isabella has 5.5. And this is your last try. So it looks like Isabella is gonna be our winner. But let's see if you can make a big splash.
Yep, that definitely made me shiver.
So I guess the final score is 5.5 and 4.5. Congratulations, Isabella, you're the winner.
Yay! And this challenge brings us back to the original question that started this sound search.
Why, when you scratch a chalkboard, it makes that kind of noise?
So your big answer is, Elijah, vibration. My nails and this chalkboard vibrate when scraped together. That makes the molecules in the air vibrate in the same way. Enough with the horrible sounds. Now let's listen to something that sounds really cool. Like this, the Finding Stuff Out theme song.
My name is Harrison and this is my show. I'm finding stuff out that you want to know. just ask me a question that I don't know. That's why finding stuff out is the name of the show. So just give me a shout and we'll figure it out with the help of some friends, and the fun never ends on finding stuff out, finding stuff out, finding stuff out. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Sorry about the noise. My cousin's visiting with her baby, and it's a little loud in the house. He finally went to sleep. I mean, I don't mind too much. Babies are neat, but my sister is driving me crazy today. She's copying everything I say, like this. Stop copying me. Stop copying me. I mean it. I mean it. The only defense is to say stuff she can't copy. Large Hadron Collider. Large Hadron Provider. Hiya. Oops, I woke up the baby. I can guess what happens next. Harrison, I told you not to wake up the baby. Sorry, Mom. So I've been thinking a lot about babies and families lately, and apparently so have you, because you've sent me a lot of questions. Here's a question from Kalia.
Why do we have families?
The short answer is to drive us crazy. But seriously, sometimes it's hard putting up with crying babies, copycat sisters, and stressed out parents. But there must be a good reason why we have families. I'll find out the answer and your other questions about babies and families by the end of the show. Here's a question from Alana.
Why are brothers annoying?
Is that your little brother that copies you all the time? That is annoying. But I checked and found out there's a reason that our little brothers and sisters copy us. Have you ever heard the expression monkey see, monkey do? Well, monkeys learn by imitating others. Us humans can't help wanting to copy. It's in our nature. It's how your parents learn to do stuff, and your grandparents, and your great-grandparents. We're naturally copycats. I know you are, but what am I? 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 But what am I? I know you are, 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 but what am I? I found out that copying is a good way to learn to do something. Like tracing a picture helps you learn how to draw. We always want to copy, but that's why TV shows always say, don't try this at home. But to indulge your urge, here's today's... Uh-oh, do try this at home. How good are you at monkey see, monkey do? If I play a drum rhythm, do you think you can copy it just by watching? Here. Did you get that? I'll break it down for you. And that's how I learned how to drum, by learning each thing slowly. Here's another thing I'm trying to learn. Breakdancing is really hard because you have to move super fast. But if I slow it down for you, does that make it easier? Not for me, not yet, but I'll keep practicing. Drumming and breakdancing may look like they're just fun, but they actually help our reflexes, balance, and even sharpen our mental skills too. And when baby animals look like they're playing, they're actually learning too. These cubs are practicing skills they'll need later on to hunt. But enough fun and games. Let's take another question.
Why do turtles not care about their babies?
Turtles never know their parents. Mom turtles just lay their eggs and leave. When the baby turtles hatch, they're on their own. They don't need parents around because they already know what to do. Other cold-blooded animals like frogs and lizards do the same thing. They lay eggs and leave. Animals that don't take care of their babies have to lay lots of eggs because their babies get eaten by predators. Don't listen to this. Only 1 in 1,000 turtles that are hatched survive. 1 in 1,000? If I were a turtle, this is how many Harrisons it would take for one of us to become a grown-up. I'm not sure how my mom would feel about having 1,000 of me. She already says I'm a handful. But scientists once thought that human parents should be more like turtles.
Yar, har, har,
The Flat Earth Corner! I, John Watson, will prove that babies do better without parents who pay attention to them. Being loved makes babies weak. I want to raise strong, unloved babies in baby farms! 100 years ago, this scientist named John Watson decided that attention for babies was bad. He thought that they shouldn't be picked up, cuddled, or talked to. He was wrong. Today we know that a baby's brain is busy making all kinds of nerve connections. If grown-ups don't talk to a baby, its brain can have trouble learning language. Ignoring a baby can even stunt its brain growth. Fortunately, human nature makes us want to cuddle babies and say silly things to them. You got your good baby. I don't actually like babies. I'm just testing their hearing. Yeah, that's it. Here's a question from Brianna.
Why do babies poop a lot in their diapers?
Humans don't like being around poop, obviously. Uh-oh. But babies don't have a lot of control over their bodies at first. When we're born, we can't even hold our head up, much less remember to flush. So until babies are more developed, they make lots of smelly diapers. It's weird. Mr. Whiskers isn't as smart as a human, but he learned how to use a litter box right away. Cats are born wanting to bury their poop. It's their natural way of avoiding predators. Even if there are no predators in your home, your cat doesn't want to take any chances. But what about other animals? I'm here with Lisa at the zoo to learn about poo.
We're here at the gorilla enclosure today, and you can see the gorillas kind of go wherever they please. It's a really, really big job for the zookeepers to clean up every day.
Oh, I wouldn't want to clean that up. I guess I shouldn't really complain about cleaning up my cat's litter box.
No, not really. You know, with cats, they instinctively will go to a litter box and bury their poo because they're trying to hide their scent.
Right.
And with animals like dogs, they don't want to go where their den is, so you can train them to poop outside.
Oh.
But in the zoo, it's really more difficult because the gorillas, they'll just go where they want to go.
So how much poo is created here at the zoo every day?
About 15 good-sized garbage can fulls.
15 garbage cans? That's a lot of poo. Ooh, where's the toilet paper? Now here's a question about animal babies from Janik.
Why do animal babies grow faster than human babies?
Oh, right. I heard that animals mature in 1 to 2 years. If we did that, we'd be grown-ups before we started preschool.
It's true. With the elephants that you see behind us, they seem quite helpless when they're born, but they're actually able to walk and keep up with the herd when they're only a day old.
Wow, but human babies seem pretty helpless compared to that.
It's true. Human babies are helpless. But other animals mature at different rates, too. For example, kittens and some birds are actually born with their eyelids fused together still. Some baby animals, like these tigers, are born very small, but they'll grow very big. Some animals, like joeys, are actually about the size of my thumb when they're born, and they're not fully mature until they're 7 to 10 months.
What's a joey?
Oh, that's a kangaroo.
Oh.
They have to stay in the pouch until they're fully mature.
That's so small. So why do animals grow up at different speeds?
Basically, the more complex an animal is, the longer it needs to develop. So an animal like a fish is ready to go almost right away. Other animals take more time.
Right, well, thanks for helping me find stuff out.
No problem.
Now Thomas has a question about babies.
Why are babies so delicate?
To help find out, please welcome my special guest, pediatric nurse, Stacy Baker. welcome to my show. So how's my cousin's baby doing?
He's perfect, just like you.
How did you calm him down?
Some babies just love to be rocked and held. Do you want to hold him?
I don't know. I don't actually know if I should.
It's okay. Babies are not as fragile as we think they are. It's just that babies are born with really big, heavy heads, and the muscles that have to hold it up in their neck aren't very strong. So when you hold a baby, you just have to make sure that you support their neck. You want to try?
Sure.
Like this.
Support their neck?
Yeah, just make sure you hold his neck like that. There you go.
Am I doing it right?
You're doing a great job.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. What's wrong? What do you want? It's okay. It's okay. Look.
I guess I just don't have that special baby touch. So Thomas was wondering why babies are so delicate.
Well, babies are in their mummy's belly for about 9 months, right? And then they have to come out because they just get too big. But they're not fully developed yet. It takes months before a baby's able to sit up, maybe 4, 5, 6 months before the baby's able to crawl, and then up to a year before the baby's able to walk.
So how come humans are so helpless for so long?
Our brains are really complex.
Right.
At 9 months, they're definitely not fully developed. Actually, they're not fully developed until they're about 21 years old.
In the meantime, babies are still pretty cute.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so cute, yeah. Yes, you are.
I mean, a lot of other people think so too.
Why are babies so cute?
Street farts.
So what makes babies so cute?
They talk funny. They're just so small and they're just cute. They're naturally cute.
Yeah. I like it when they sleep because their lips are like moving and then it goes
I can hold them and their feet are as big as my thumb and they're soft. They're soft.
They're soft.
And they all love me. I just love their legs. They're just so squeezable. I like newborns because they have no teeth.
I just love their adorable laugh. It always makes me laugh.
Hey, I think it's time that we pretend like we're babies. See, I told you I wasn't the only one that likes cute babies.
Sorry, I had to give the baby back to your cousin. I think he was hungry.
Must be lucky to be that cute. I can never get away with making that much noise.
I actually think that we're programmed to think that babies are cute.
What do you mean by programmed?
It's kind of like human animal instinct. It's built in.
You mean we just know we have to take care of babies? That's how humans survive?
Yeah, babies need a lot of care in the beginning. We really need to take care of them, and we need to want to take care of them.
Right. I found out that a lot of animals that we think are cute have the same characteristics as human babies.
Oh, they're so cute with big arms and a big head and a smile. Oh, they're so cute. Oh.
Even some cartoon characters have some of the same characteristics. For instance, if I were a cartoon character and you wanted to make me look really cute, you'd make my head bigger. And you'd make my eyes really large. And you'd make my arms short. And you'd probably give me a squeaky little voice, too.
Aren't I a cutie pie?
I wonder if that's why my sister talks baby talk every time she wants mom to buy her something. Oh, please, 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 can I have it? And it works a surprising amount of the time. Maybe my parents are programmed to think it's cute. Anyway, next time your parents tell you to stop watching cartoons, tell them you can't help it and that you're programmed to like cute, big-eyed cartoon characters. Again?
Why do babies cry so much?
Yeah, so you're a pediatric nurse. Why do babies have to cry all the time?
Because that's the only way they have to communicate.
Well, they don't have much to say.
On the contrary, they actually have tons to say. Babies don't have their words until they're about 1. So crying is their way of communicating how hungry they are, if they're thirsty, if they're not feeling well, if they have a tummy ache. We want them to communicate.
So if I have a baby someday and he doesn't start talking till he's 1 year old, and then he has to cry every time he wants something, so how much crying will I have to listen to?
A lot.
Let's see. My cousin's baby drinks milk every 3 hours, plus burping after every meal, That equals 8 burps a day, plus rocking to sleep, plus 4 naps a day, plus a bedtime at 8 p.m., times 365 days, plus if he's too cold in the winter and too hot in the summer, my head's getting hot too. Ah! You're gonna make my head explode. How may I serve you, oh crying one? Would you like a blankie? Would you like a bottle? Would you like Harrison's favorite teddy bear, Mr. Snugglesworth, to drool all over?
Harrison. Harrison.
Harrison. Oh, sorry. I didn't get much sleep last night with the baby crying. You said crying is communication, but doesn't sound like much.
Yeah, actually, it is communication. Some parents actually believe that they know what the baby needs by the way that the baby cries.
So do all babies have the same cries, or do they have different cries? Like, do they have their own?
Babies all cry probably for the same things, but experts believe that certain babies cry depending on what they need, and we should understand what they need depending on basically the way they cry.
I wish my parents anticipated everything that I want. Whoa, it worked. Thanks for helping us find stuff out.
No problem, Harrison. Enjoy your milkshake.
Speaking of milk, here's a question from Elizabeth.
Why does my baby brother drink so much milk?
I found out that babies drink so much milk because for a long time, it's the only food that they can eat. Before babies can learn to swallow regular food, milk is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But if you want to know who drinks more milk than your baby brother, it's time for... My Great Challenge! Today, my great challengers are Jaden.
Hey.
And Haley.
Yay!
A baby cow drinks 2 of these every single day. But he doesn't use a bottle. A baby calf drinks milk straight from his mom. Human babies can also drink milk straight from their moms. But we also drink cow milk, and to do that, we have to get the milk out of the cow. Okay, so your challenge is to milk these cows and get as much milk as you can in 1 minute. The person with the most milk at the end of the minute will be the winner. Sound good?
Yep. Yeah.
Are you ready to milk this challenge?
Yeah.
You have 1 minute. Go! Real cows have 4 teeth. That's the nipple that the milk comes out of. But our challengers have their hands full with 2. Haley's already got the hang of it. Oh, Jaden's getting it now too. 30 seconds. Farmers milk cows twice a day. A cow can make enough milk to fill 27 cartons every day. That's more than 100 glasses. 15 seconds. I hope the loser won't cry over spilled milk. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop milking. A pretty close race here. It looks like the winner is Haley.
Yay!
Congratulations. So what was it like milking a cow?
I felt all wet because I was missing.
You were missing the bucket a lot, and what about you?
It's hard.
It's hard? What was the hardest part about the challenge?
Aiming the bucket.
The hurting of the thumbs.
Oh, your thumb started to hurt? Awesome. Well, thanks for playing My Great Challenge. And I'll never take a milkshake for granted again. Here's another question.
Why are parents so bossy?
Good question, Grayson. I checked the answer, and it turns out human parents aren't the only ones. Animal parents are bossy too, from elephants to kangaroos. Any mammal in the zoo is telling its own kids what to do. Wipe your paws, don't play with your prey. Growl to scare the humans away. Get in a cave and go to sleep. Don't provoke the wild beasts. Animal parents are bossy too, so animal kids learn what to do. Animal parents are bossy too, so animal kids learn what to do. Yeah! It turns out the reason parents are bossy is because they have to keep us safe and teach us how to be grown-ups.
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are.
They learned how to do that from their parents.
I know you are, but what am I?
Who learned it from their parents? Who learned it from their parents?
You are, but what am I? I guess that brings us back to the question that gave birth to this show.
Why do we have families?
The big answer is survival. Living in families helped our human ancestors survive and helps us too. Families take care of us when we're sick and when we're babies and can't do anything for ourselves. And we can take care of them too. We're all better off when we take care of each other. Even if sometimes we drive each other crazy. I know you only copy me because you want to be just like me. Gross! I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out. See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out.
This smells bad. This smells good. It's mine. I can totally tell the difference, but my dad never knows when his hockey socks stink. It made me wonder the same thing as Mohammed.
Do bigger noses smell more things?
Well, Mohammed, I don't know if bigger noses are the better smellers. If they were, maybe we'd use elephants instead of dogs to track people by smell. So I don't have the answer yet, but I'm sure I can find out if I get nosy and sniff around. My dad's nose is bigger than mine, but he can't smell the stink. I'll get to the bottom of it by the end of the show. But first, Leah has a question that takes us back to the basics.
How do we smell things?
Well, Leah, we're gonna have to go way up your nostrils to get the answer for that. All the way up our nostrils, there's an area at the top of the nose called the olfactory epithelium. It's just a fancy word for smelling machine. That smelling machine is jam-packed with millions of special receptors that pick up smells that travel through the air. The receptors send a message to our brain, and that's how we recognize a smell. Speaking of funky smells, here's a question from Soham.
Why do feet get stinky? Yuck.
Just so you know, Soham, my feet do not get stinky. At least, I don't think so. I checked, and it turns out there's bacteria living between our toes. But don't worry, they're not the dangerous kind. They like dark, warm, damp places like our feet, and they munch on dead skin and sweat. It's the bacteria's farts that cause the stink. Excuse me. Sometimes it smells like rotten eggs. Nasty. And sometimes it smells like stinky cheese. P.U. How about making something that smells a lot better? The experiment! Hi, Cecilia and Arvin.
Hi.
You are scratch and sniff experts, right? Show me your method.
First, you take your 4 gelatin powders.
Strawberry, blueberry, orange, and lime.
You put the gelatin powder in your bowl.
Then we put the water.
1 scoop of water.
Yeah.
And then you put the glue in.
Mix it all together. You have to make sure that you have a little cup, and you're gonna trace it with a white crayon. The wax of the crayon keeps the mix from spreading.
You can wait for it to dry.
It only takes a few hours. It's all dry. Thanks, guys. Bye. Bye, Zoe.
Bye.
Now, here's a not-so-sweet smelling question from Maddie.
How do you know if you have bad breath?
Does my breath smell bad? Does it make you kind of sad? Will you tell me if my mouth has Asking people around if your breath smells bad is kind of embarrassing. But Maddie, I have an answer for you. Uh-oh, do try this at home. Lick your wrist, then let it dry a bit. That'll tell you how the tip of your tongue smells. Not bad. Then try the back of your tongue with an upside-down spoon, but rub it gently. If the gunk is dark and thick, it most likely means your breath smells bad. So far, so good. A piece of floss to your back teeth is another good way to tell if your breath smells bad. Still fine. Danielle has a question about eating and smelling.
Does food taste the same if you can't smell it?
Hey, I know someone who's an expert on the sense of smell. And guess what? She can't smell anything.
Hey, Zoe.
Hi, Rachel.
Come on in.
Thank you.
So this is my son, Lyndon.
Hi, Lyndon. Rachel, I think it's time for a diaper change.
Oh, why, well, thank you so much for letting me know.
You're welcome. So, when did you realize you didn't have a sense of smell?
Actually around, maybe I was a little bit older than Lyndon is now. I would often get way too close to my brother's diapers. I'd always ask my mom, is that chocolate in there? And I guess after that, it was a good idea to keep me away from diapers. So I have some veggies here for us.
So you never smelled anything in your life?
Nope, not a single thing. Actually, until I was around 10 or 12, I thought that everyone was playing a joke on me. And it wasn't until one of the boys in class told me, hey, you smell bad. From then on, I realized that smell is a real thing, and it can certainly impact the people around you. Oh, you know what? I've been baking us some bread. I've always been told that fresh baked bread is one of the best smells. And even though I can't smell it, I still love to eat it. It's pretty hot.
Fresh baked bread. It's my favorite smell.
Oh, good.
I asked some of my friends what their favorite smells are.
Ask a friend.
Pancakes. It's my mom's curry.
Orange.
Chocolate. Watermelon. Caramel.
Pizza.
Flowers.
Vanilla cake.
Lavender. I love the smell of books.
And what's your least favorite smells?
Cigarettes. Ugh. Some air fresheners don't smell fresh. Yuck. Skunk.
Cow poop. Oh, that's disgusting.
If someone pukes, I probably will puke after.
Rotten anything. My dog's number 2.
My father's gas.
Thanks, guys. Oh, wait, I have another question.
Is it dangerous if you can't smell?
For sure. I'm never gonna be able to smell if there's smoke or a fire nearby. I won't smell any gas leaks.
And is there any advantages of not being able to smell?
I actually think there are way more advantages than disadvantages. But you know what? I have a really good example. This is my husband's hockey gear. Why don't you get close and take a whiff of it?
Just like my dad's stinky hockey socks.
Doesn't affect me at all. This is definitely one of those advantages I was talking about.
Here, Rachel, try this.
Thanks, Zoe.
How does it taste?
It just kind of tastes crunchy to me, to be honest. For me, taste is mostly textures and colors. Actually, have you ever been sick before with a really stuffy nose?
Mm-hmm.
And how does food taste to you when you're all sick?
Well, when my nose is blocked, it doesn't really have a lot of flavor.
Well, that's actually because about 75% of everything we taste is reliant on our sense of smell.
Wow.
If the smell of the food can't reach the receptors in our nose, or they don't work right, our brain doesn't get signaled, and everything we eat will taste nearly the same. So for me, it's kind of like I'm always sick with a stuffy nose.
It's like our nose and tongue work together to make them super tasty.
Exactly, yeah.
The experiment! I'm going to test how food tastes when I'm smelling something different. Like stinky cheese. I asked my dad to prepare 3 little dishes of mystery food, and I'm going to eat it, and guess what it is? The first one. Sweet potato? Aw, I was wrong. Pumpkin? Nah, I was wrong. It's turkey. Last one. I'm going to guess maybe apple? 1 out of 3, right? Well, I guess I answered Danielle's question. If you can't smell food or smell one thing while eating another thing, it just won't taste the same. Here's another nosy question from Marina.
How do animals with no noses smell?
No nose? No nose? No nose at all? Ow. But seriously, super question. I found out that crabs have smell-sensitive hairs on their antennae between their eyes. Smells fishy. Check out how butterflies smell. They have 6 feet and they smell with them. Their antennae also pick up smells that lead them to flowers with nectar. When they land on the flower, their feet tell them if it's edible or poisonous. Edible! And all those suction cups on octopus arms, they use them for smelling too. And here's a question from Ryan about a twitching animal nose.
Why do rabbits twitch their nose?
She's a zoologist who knows animal noses. She brought a rabbit to my show to show his. Please welcome Jennifer Sear Devine. Hi, Jennifer. You brought me a rabbit.
His name's Vegas. He's a 2-year-old domesticated rabbit.
Well, I bet I know what his favorite dance style is.
Oh.
Hip-hop.
Very cute.
Look at his nose twitch. Why does he do that?
Well, in short, it's actually to help him smell better. You see, the sense of smell for rabbits is incredibly important to their survival. Inside those nostrils, in the nasal cavity, you have about 100 million smell receptors that help capture the odor from the air.
Is that more than we have?
Way more than humans have. In fact, some scientists say it's up to 20 times more than what humans have.
Wow, so when he twitches, more smell comes in?
That's right. Every time the rabbit twitches its nose, more air is coming into the nasal cavities, and therefore the receptors at the back capture the odors off of that greater amount of air. So the rabbit is basically able to pick up smells that humans can't possibly pick up on.
So he probably smells its carrot, even though I haven't put it in front of his face?
Oh, absolutely. He smelled that a long way off. And what's really interesting is rabbits don't just use their sense of smell to find food. They also use it to know if there's a predator around or to know if there's danger, like a forest fire. What's really cute, if you want to try it, twitch your nose at the rabbit, because every time you twitch your nose at the rabbit, it actually will twitch its nose right back at you.
Well, thanks for helping me find stuff out. You don't happen to have an elephant by any chance, no?
Nope, sorry.
Okay, I'm asking because of Nayla's question.
Oh.
Why do elephants have a long nose?
I found out that elephants do have a great sense of smell. But the reason their noses are so big is because elephants are so big. Their gigantic legs and heads make it kind of hard for elephants to bend down for food on the ground or to reach food in trees. Their long nose lets them get at food a lot more easily. An elephant's nose can lift up to 350 kilograms. That's like lifting about 8 toilets. Ta-da! Or 4 kangaroos. Da-da-da! Pretty impressive. At the end of their nose, some elephants have parts that are kind of like fingers that they can use to grab small objects. And because their nose is long and flexible, it can sniff things out without the elephant even moving its head. Plus, they suck up water with their nose and squirt it into their mouths. And that gives me an idea for... My Great Challenge! Okay, for My Great Challenge, we have Leah, who's Elephant Stomper, and Max, who's Elephant Chomper. You guys are gonna use your elephant noses to do elephant things. After that, you have to trumpet as fast as you can, because the first elephant to trumpet wins. On your marks, get set, go! First challengers have to pick up 2 bundles of branches. Next, 20 peanuts. By the way, real elephants aren't into peanuts. They're way too tiny to satisfy their huge appetites. Keep going! But picking up peanuts is a tricky challenge. Stomper is in the lead with her peanuts. She's done, and now she has to pick 5 hanging bananas. Go, 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 pick! Chopper only has a few peanuts left. He got them! Chomper's catching up. Stomper has all her bananas, and Chomper is still behind. Stomper is now at the drinking station. That's the last stop. Challengers have to suck up all the water in the bowl and squirt it out. Here comes Chomper. Can he catch up? Remember, first one to trumpet wins. We have a winner. And now, here's a question from Aaron about an animal that smells underwater.
How do sharks smell underwater?
I found out that smell is so important to sharks that they're actually called swimming noses. A shark can smell 1 drop of blood in 1,000,000 parts of water. That's like being able to smell a single teaspoon of juice in a swimming pool. What?
You're gonna make my head explode!
It seems unbelievable, but it's true. Sharks actually suck in water to take a sniff. The water touches a bunch of sensitive smell receptors inside the nostrils, and they send a message to the brain. Over half their brain is made up of smell detectors. I wouldn't want to have a nosebleed around the swimming nose. Hey, speaking of nosebleeds, how do you stop a nosebleed? Flat Earth Corner! Ah yes, the nosebleed. Here in ancient Rome, we have found the solution. Rub your limbs with sheep wool. But if this doesn't help, you can stuff your nostrils with burnt up ashes from tadpoles. That's pretty wild. Hundreds of years later, it was still kind of weird. A toad worn around your neck will stop the bleeding swiftly. What's that you say? You want a more modern way? No problem. Simply drop a key on a string down your back. Ah, the marvels of modern medicine. So weird. Today, we know you have to. Tilt your head down a bit so the blood won't go down your throat, and then pinch just under the bony part for 5 minutes. If it just won't stop, get help.
How could some people smell things better than others can?
I checked, and it's mainly because of our genes. No, not the ones we wear. The genes in our bodies are the things that make us who we are, and every person has their own special combination of smelling genes. Some people can pick up certain smells that others can't. And some people have such good senses of smell that their job is to make perfume. Or smell bad odors to help companies make things like deodorant. In some Chinese medicine, they even use professional fart smellers to help detect sickness.
Ooh, very healthy.
I want to test my sense of smell. Jennifer agreed to a face-off to see whose nose is more sensitive.
I think I'm ready.
We're using this cool little gadget called the Nasal Ranger. It's used to measure the smell from places like landfills and figure out if the stink is too strong.
You can actually see here the filters that allow the air in and out, and this is a little dial that helps determine how much odor is actually coming in. So depending on that dial, it'll determine whether you have a better nose or whether I have a better nose.
I'll start with the cow manure first. We all smell things differently because there are close to 1 million different combinations of smelling genes. Don't smell anything yet. Plus, smell is connected to our memories, emotions, and taste. Ooh, I'm starting to smell it. Some people like certain smells that other people can't stand.
Oh, I think I smell something.
This is gonna be gross. But am I picking up the smell of manure and rotten food faster than Jennifer? Oh! We both agree they stink.
Woo, it smells like under my kitchen sink. Yep.
We're finishing our experiment with a sweet smell. Ooh!
Oh, there we go. I got it. I like that smell much better.
Much better than those ones. Well, the results are in. I outsmelled you.
Oh, that stinks.
And my nose is smaller than yours.
You're right.
I think I'm ready to answer the question that started off today's show.
Do bigger noses smell more things?
Well, Mohammed, the big answer is... size doesn't matter. It mostly depends on how many smell receptors we and animals have, and how our brain deals with the information it gets from our nose. A rabbit's nose is much smaller than a human nose, but it has millions more smell receptors and can smell more things. Dogs are also great smellers, which is why we use them to sniff out dangerous things. Some animals, like butterflies, don't even have a nose, but thanks to the smell receptors on their feet, they can tell what flowers are poisonous. Plus, we all have our own unique combination of genes that make up our smelling machine. My nose is smaller than Jennifer's and my dad's, but I proved it's more sensitive. Oh. Dad, start the washing machine!
Hi, welcome to Finding Stuff Out, the show where I answer your questions. Today's episode is all about being sick, because, well, I'm sick. The bad news is, I can't go to school. But the good news is, I have time to look stuff up for you. Here on the show that knows all.
How come your nose gets runny?
Why does your nose run? So it can get away from the smell. But seriously, the short answer is, I don't know. That's why it's called the short answer. But by the end of the show, I'll have your answer.
Here's another question.
Why do we get sick sometimes?
The Flat Earth Corner!
Why do you get sick? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to medieval Europe. We've got all the filth, disease, and plague you've ever wanted. So where do you go when you get sick? That's right, me, your friendly neighborhood barber. As any good barber will tell you, you get sick because of evil spirits. And the best way to get rid of evil spirits? Drain your blood, of course.
Hey, come back! I thought I heard you sniffle. I can bleed that cold right out of you. Trust me, I'm your barber.
Forget evil spirits. Nowadays, we know that germs make us sick. Now here's the next question from Logan.
What do germs look like?
Sorry to be rude. It's just that I've got a lot of germs for you to look at. Here, I'll just use my handy super zoom-o-matic. I can't make any sense of that, but I know someone who can. Please welcome my special guest, germ expert, Caitlin Soy.
Hi. Hi, Harrison. How are you? Good. I brought you something today.
I'm a little old for stuffed toys, I think.
This isn't a stuffed toy. This is one of the deadliest viruses we know, Ebola virus.
I think I'm a little young to die also. So these are stuffed toys of germs. So do germs such as like the chicken pox, do they actually have like a red thing and like two really big eyes and stuff?
No, they don't. These are just toys, but different viruses and different bacteria, they do look different from each other. They don't just actually look like this.
This is what viruses and bacteria really look like.
Chickenpox is often a disease that we get in childhood.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had it. I remember having chickenpox and I had the rash all over my body with those itchy spots. Not very fun.
And what's this purple one?
This one, his name is the kissing disease, and it causes the disease called mono, and the virus is called Epstein-Barr virus.
Ooh, has a nice long name.
It does have a nice long name. Most of these viruses do. This stuffed animal represents rhinovirus. It can cause the common cold. This one represents measles virus and often infects children.
What's the difference between a virus and a bacteria?
Well, viruses and bacteria are two different things. They can both make you sick. Viruses are special in that they can't live on their own. They require a host, someone like you, to allow them to live. Whereas bacteria, they're bigger and they can live on their own and they can grow on their own and they don't require someone or something to live in.
That's a lot of ways to get sick. I'm surprised at how different they are.
Well, there's bacteria and viruses almost everywhere, even in that glass of water. Maybe 50 million bacteria could be in that water.
50 million? Am I gonna die?
No, you're not gonna die. Don't worry. Most bacteria don't make you get sick. They're there to help you. And so there's many bacteria within your stomach, and they help you digest your food. They help fight off bad bacteria and bad viruses that come into your body, and they help keep you healthy and keep you happy.
So how do viruses make you sick?
Well, viruses come into your body and they need to find a place to live. But your body doesn't like that and it wants to get it out because it's starting to make you sick. So your body's immune system rushes to the point, and often this results in a fever. That's what makes you hot and sweaty when you're sick with a virus. And that's your body's way of fighting the virus and to try and get it out of your body so then you can get better.
So would you say viruses or bacteria, like is there one that's worse for you or?
Nope, they both can make you very sick and they can both not make you sick. It depends on the specific bacteria or the specific virus.
So how can we prevent getting sick?
One of the most important things to do is to wash your hands.
Whoosh.
Other things that are really good is to cover your nose when you sneeze.
Yeah.
And one big thing that you can do, and you probably did it when you were a kid, was to get a vaccine.
Yeah.
Do you know what a vaccine is?
It's a needle, right?
Yeah. But what a vaccine does is it comes into your body and it teaches your body how to respond to a virus infection.
Yeah.
So sometimes the vaccine can come in and it pretends to be the whole virus or part of the virus so your body can practice. Kind of like when you practice to go out on the hockey rink. You go to your practices, you practice the games, then you go and play the game. So when you've been vaccinated, your body's had that chance to practice. So when the big game comes or the challenge and you get infected with the virus, your body's ready and it knows what to do to prevent the infection.
Well, cool. Thank you, Caitlin, for being on my show.
Thanks for having me.
Now here's a question from Adam.
How does a germ make you sick?
Just thinking about germs made me a little ill. But to answer your question, Adam, let's get animated.
Okay, here we've got a drawing of an extremely handsome human being.
Why, thank you.
Now, if a germ got inside this person...
Hey, wait! What are you?
This looks like a good place for an invasion.
I don't feel so good.
This is my host now.
The reason you don't feel good is because there's a fight going on inside of your body. It's you versus germs. Sometimes a fever is your body's secret weapon.
Nothing can stop me. What's that smell? Uh-oh.
How do germs get in people's bodies?
Well, Maria, the same way this washed and very healthy apple does. Through our mouths. But unfortunately, unlike this apple, germs won't keep the doctor away. Basically, germs can enter through any hole in your body, like a cut that you didn't wash properly. Hey, holes in your body. That would make a fantastic song!
You've got holes in your head, that's where a germ goes. It can enter your body through the holes in your nose or the holes in your head. We all have holes in our head where germs can get in and make us sick. Sick. Germs. Sick. Also, would it give you a shock to know that germs can get in where you talk? Germs get in. Germs get in. Germs get in. Germs. They can enter your body through the holes in your nose. Gross. Disgusting. Nobody likes germs. I use my hands for a much better task. I use them to call up the questions you ask.
Can you get sick by not washing your hands?
Let's find out. It's time to get some Street Smarts. I'm here at a school pulling a little prank while the kids are at recess for the interest of science. Now, I'm covering stuff that kids touch every day at school with special germ powder.
Don't worry, I'm not putting real germs on anything. The powder just represents the germs and shows how they get onto your body.
You can't see the powder, though, without a black light. See what I mean? It really works. Now I'll come back after recess and see how much of the powder gets on the kids' hands. everybody. Hi. Would it surprise you to know that I covered everything that you've touched earlier today in special germ powder? Yep, but luckily it's not actually germ powder, or else you'd have germs all over you by now. So just give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, so come stand in front of this special black light. It'll show any germ powder that you have on yourself. Okay, I'm gonna turn the lights off now.
Cool. Oh, that's so nice.
Where?
I have a lot. I have a lot next to my nose.
So as you see, you have a lot of germ powder all over you, but some of you have it on your faces because, well, you touched the germ powder and then rubbed it on your faces. Yeah, like me. That's why you need to wash your hands, which brings me to... So now we're gonna cover your hands in more germs, which is actually just some special goopy stuff that will glow in the black light. Everyone has their hands covered, right? Yeah! Now here's the challenge. You're gonna go wash your hands and the one with the cleanest hands wins. On your mark, set, go! You all have 30 seconds to wash your hands. So clean up well.
The best way to wash your hands is to wet them under warm water. Then, away from the water, add soap and rub them together to work the soap into a lather. Rub the soap into the front and back of your hands, including your fingers and under your nails, for at least 15 seconds. Then, rinse your hands and pat them dry with a paper towel, and voila! You got clean, germ-free hands.
Okay, stop! So under this ultraviolet light, I'm going to be able to see how well you cleaned your hands. So I'm going to be grading on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very clean and 1 being extremely germy. A 4? Oh, that's pretty good. I'd say 7. 8? A 4. 4 also. So I'd say a 9. -1. 5. Oh geez. 2. So it looks like we have a winner, and it's Caleb!
You're full of germs again.
Oh man.
Okay, back.
You want to know something weird? We wash off germs, right? But if you get used to being around some germs, your body builds up defenses against them. I read that having a messy room is actually good for your immune system. Unfortunately, my mom still makes me clean my room. Now here's a question from Liam.
Can you live in a germ-free environment?
According to my mom, I'm not capable of that at all. But for the real scientific answer, let's go to my roving reporter and good friend, Sydney.
Thanks, Harrison. This is the National Microbiology Laboratory in Winnipeg. They know lots about germs here. In fact, they study the world's deadliest.
The security is so tight here, we aren't even allowed to show you the entrance to the building. But this is what's in here. These are some of the most dangerous germs in the world. They may be small, but they're nasty.
Today I'm here with microbiologist Dr. Gary Kobinger, the head of special pathogens here in the lab. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Why is it so tough to get into this building?
Well, you know, this is a world-class facility, and what is being done here basically is detection of diseases caused by very dangerous germs for some of them. And so we need to keep them under control, and we need to keep them safe, make sure that they don't go all over the place.
Is it possible to live in a germ-free environment?
I think it is for, you know, a short period of time. We have an environment that is very, very controlled in a suit.
The scientists who work with those germs wear suits that are germ-free on the inside. So, to answer Liam's question, they live in a germ-free environment when they are inside the suits. That's because they don't want the normal germs we carry to mix with the germs they are learning about. And the suits also protect the scientists because the dangerous germs can't get in.
Would you like to try one?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, awesome, let's go.
Whoa, is that it?
Yeah, so that's the suit. I'm gonna help you put it on. So you can remove your lab coat and your shoes.
Almost in.
These containment suits completely seal the scientist off, just like an astronaut's spacesuit.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can feel air going through my arms and my feet.
Yeah.
They even have their own air supply to make sure the researcher doesn't breathe in any deadly germs.
This is so cool! I feel like an astronaut on a space station. We have landed on the moon. So, does this mean that I'm totally protected from dangerous viruses?
Completely.
Cool.
And here I am, living in a germ-free environment. But then...
I'm getting hungry though. Is there anything you have to eat, please?
Do you want to try a sandwich?
Yes, thank you. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I want to see that.
There's
I
no
don't think this is gonna work out.
What? That's not nice.
Thank you.
So like Dr. Carpenter said, it's great to be living in a germ-free environment, but not for long, especially when you're hungry.
Thanks, Sydney. Even though you could live germ-free, you wouldn't want to. Fortunately, our bodies know the difference between germs and sandwiches, and they keep the germs out and the sandwiches in. This one's got my name on it.
Why do you have to get the shots? When you get a shot, you're getting a vaccine. A vaccine is a virus, but it's a dead or very weak virus that won't make you sick. Doctors give you a vaccine so that
your body learns to recognize a virus.
Here's how it happens. Say the dead or weak virus they put in you with a needle is this green clay. Your body has stuff that smushes into it and wraps itself around the virus like a shield. And that shield protects your body from the virus. Now, if a real living virus ever got in, your body would recognize it and would know how to make the shield needed to protect you, before the virus could make you sick.
Okay, so I have to get a flu shot every year, so why doesn't one vaccine protect me? It turns out every time you get the flu, the virus has changed itself. So even though you've had the flu before, your body might not recognize it.
Germs may not look all that bright, but they can be pretty sneaky.
That reminds me of a question I got from Alaya.
Can germs think like us? Are they trying to find new ways to make us sick?
I don't really know the answer to that, so I'll throw the question over to Sydney at the microbiology lab.
So, do germs think, and do they think about new ways to get to us?
Well, you know, germs don't really think, but what they do is they evolve very, very quickly. By that, it means that they change all the time. So when they change, then they can change in a form that they can make us sick.
How do you figure out what the germs are doing?
What we do is that we look at them at different time points, and so we see how do they change. If we could take the example of influenza, so influenza changes all the time, and every year we look at the new influenza, and once we know which one it is, we can develop a vaccine that is a perfect fit for that virus. If you're, for example, you're vaccinated and you have this shield around you, then the germ is not going to be able to attack you and grow, because that's what germ wants to do. They want to grow and proliferate all the time.
Wow, that was some lab. Good thing those guys are on the job. And in case you're wondering, it's just as tough to get out as it was to get in.
Thanks, Sydney. Your enthusiasm is contagious, which means I can't wait to take another question.
Here's one from Destiny.
Can we see germs?
You mean without a microscope? Sure. Even if you don't have your own super zoomomatic, you can grow your own germs called fungus.
Like this gunk between my toes. If I put it into this special scientific gel, all the germy things will grow.
It takes a while to grow, so I made one last week. Smells like gym socks. Although lots of germs are invisible, you can see and smell some of them right in front of you.
How come food has best before dates and you get sick?
Congratulations! Your question is today's
Uh-oh. Do try this at home.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you get sick.
I looked up the answer, and it turns out fungus and bacteria don't just grow in scientific gel. They'll also grow in food, if they have enough time. So food companies put a best before date on it.
It means eat it before this date, or afterwards you might be eating germs. If you want to see how germs grow in food, next time you have a stale piece of bread, put it in a dark place, like a closet, for a week, and watch all this moldy stuff grow on it. It's almost as gross as that toe fungus. Oh, and by the way, if you leave a sandwich under your bed, just tell your mom it's a science experiment. It usually works, at least the first time.
How do we puke?
If you want to know how I puke, it's usually in the toilet, whenever possible.
But I think what you're asking is about what happens to make you throw up.
So I checked the answer, and as gross as puking is, it's a good thing. It's your body's way of telling you that thing you just ate doesn't belong here. Like this piece of moldy bread. So there you go. Germs, fevers, vaccines, throwing up. I think I've covered all your questions, except for one. Remember?
How come your nose gets runny?
The big answer is mucus! Okay, I looked up the answer, and it turns out our body produces icky, sticky mucus to keep germs out. How much mucus? About this much, every day. It's like a barrier against germs. I mean, would you want to go through that? And when some germs get in your body, where does that mucus go? It has to go somewhere, like out your nose. So blow your nose proudly, knowing that your body is making you healthier by fighting off those germs. See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out.
I missed again. I really have to work on my aim. This is my little robot, Roland. He finishes the job for me. I'm controlling him like he's my little robotic assistant. Mwahaha! I am the puppet master, and you will do as I say. Controlling a robot like this is really handy. But what if it was attached to my body? I found out that people can get artificial body parts if they were born without an arm, or a leg, or lost one in an accident, or because of illness. They're called prosthetics. But I don't think they're robots like Roland. No way. This question from Jada is what got me thinking.
Do prosthetics make you bionic?
Bionic? You mean like having superpowers? I'd love to be bionic. Wouldn't you? Cool!
Not to worry, Captain. I gotcha. I'm stronger, faster, super bionic, Zoe!
Jada, I'm not sure prosthetics give us super bionic powers, but I promise to use my super finding stuff out powers to get the answer. I'll start with this question from Massimo.
How does it feel to get prosthetic limbs?
To answer that, I have a special guest today. Her name is Megan, so please say hey. Welcome to my show.
Hi, Zoe. I can answer all your questions by showing you my prosthetic legs.
Oh, you have 2 prosthetic legs, but you walk so well.
Nothing stops me. When did you get your prosthetics? When I was 2, I got a sickness called meningitis, and they had to amputate my 2 legs and 9 fingers. A year later, when I was 3, I got my prosthetic legs. It hurt at first, but once I got comfortable, I was actually proud.
Here's something Tristan wants to know.
Does a prosthetic hurt?
Yeah, does a prosthetic hurt?
No, because it's fitted for me. If there's anything that actually hurts, they can switch it around.
Are there any sports or things you can't do because of your prosthetics?
My prosthetic legs don't stop me from doing anything. They help me do things. My favorite sports are basketball and snowboard.
What other sports and activities do you do?
I knee board. I go on tubing. I have a bicycle fitted for me.
That's cool. I see you have other prosthetics here.
Yeah, for the past year I've been wanting to wear high heels, but I couldn't because my regular prosthetic legs don't bend at the ankle. And we got these made that actually bend at the ankle.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I love your nail.
Thank you. It's my only nail. I like to take care of it.
Is it hard to do other things without your 9 other fingers?
Well, I can text as fast as my friends can.
That was fast. Do you have superpowers?
No, I just get used to doing things my own way.
Well, thanks for helping me find stuff out, Megan.
No problem. It was fun.
Yeah.
The experiment!
We're really lucky to have prosthetics to help people. My friends try to make one with straws. Hi, Andalyn and Nicholas.
Hi, Zoe.
I know you can't make real prosthetics like the ones Megan has.
Right, but we can make a cool robotic hand using stuff from around the house.
Go for it.
We're gonna use 5 bendy straws, 1 for each finger, to make a hand.
And tape them together.
What's next?
Now we're gonna make little marks for the knuckles. Now we bend them at the knuckles.
Make a little cut in the corner.
Now we put the string through the straws.
And tie a knot at the top. Zoe, check this out.
It's pretty basic, but it works.
The strings are kind of like muscles that make a regular hand move. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Zoe.
That gives me an idea for...
My Great Challenge!
Today's challengers are Nora.
Hi.
And Dina. How do you like your new homemade prosthetics?
They're cool. Not fashionable.
Today's challenge is like getting ready for school, except while using your prosthetics. You have to pour some water, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and take a bite. And put your notebook and pen in your bag. Sound easy?
No, simple.
There's more.
What?
You have to put your jacket on and then come to this table and write your name in your notebook. Oh, and it's a race. First person to finish wins. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go! First step, spread peanut butter and jelly to make the sandwiches. Looks like you're having a little bit of trouble there. It's not easy holding a spoon with homemade prosthetics, is it?
There we go.
They each have to take 1 bite of their sandwich and have 1 sip of water.
This is gonna be tasty.
Dina's ready to bite into her sandwich. Done. I guess she doesn't like peanut butter. Nora's having a hard time getting the peanut butter out of that jar. But Dina's struggling with her glass. There's the peanut butter.
Beautiful.
And there's the jelly. Dina's got her straw, but Nora's got her sandwich made. Dina takes her sip, and Nora's catching up.
Ready for school.
Now they've got to pack their bags and put their jackets on. Keep going, guys.
Oh, shoot, my jacket.
After a slow start, Nora's caught up. They're so close. But Nora's having trouble getting her coat off the rack. Dina's got her arm in. She's getting ahead again, but Nora's not far behind. Uh-oh, Dina can't get her second arm in.
Oh, no.
Nora's got her jacket on. Dina's having a little bit of trouble over there.
Oh, my goodness, my sleeve.
Keep going, Dina.
Shoot. Yes.
Way to go, Dina. Now get out your notebook and write your name. Nora's getting ahead.
Dina, I like the technique.
Oh, no. Shoot. Whoops. Pick up that notebook, Dina.
And...
Done.
Oh, no.
Okay. Nora wins.
How do you put on a jacket?
So what was the hardest part?
Probably putting the jacket on and spreading the peanut butter on the toast. Same with the jacket situation, but writing your name, seriously.
Well, our prosthetics were homemade, but I got this question from Amber.
What are prosthetics made of?
Flat Earth Corner! Crocodile eat your hand? Need new hand? Look no further than Blacksmith Bob's Best, the only shop with the best materials, the best tools, and the best replacement limbs in town. We forge each and every one in heavy, extra strong metal. Behold this iron hand. It does not bend, it does not flex, so it will never break. That's the beauty of iron. Get them while they're hot. Oh, it's fresh out of the forge! It's so hot! There was a time when prosthetics looked like pirate hooks, and they were made of metal that didn't even bend. I think it's really different today. To help me find out how prosthetics are made, I brought two special guests to come to my aid. Please welcome to my show, Nicholas Marchand and Carolyn Vio.
Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Nicholas and Carolyn.
We brought some prosthetics for you today, Zoe.
And I'm wearing mine. I won't squeeze you too hard.
You can squeeze harder?
Mm-hmm, I can.
That's a very firm handshake you got there.
Sure is.
These all look super cool, but Amber wants to know what these are made of.
All the new prostheses are made out of a black material called carbon fiber, the same material that we make race cars and jets out of.
This one looks a little bit old-fashioned. It's not the same as all the other ones.
This is my first prosthesis. I had it 40 years ago. You want to see how it works? This was a bit harder to use than nowadays prosthetic. So by pulling my shoulders forward, it pulls on the cable here and makes it open.
It kind of looks like a pirate hook.
You're right, Zoe.
But it seems like it must have been pretty hard to use.
And not that useful. So I chose not to wear a prosthesis for quite a while. And then I got into sports. And even though I could do anything with just one hand, I got some prosthetic made for sport, like this one. I used it to ski. It even got me to the Paralympics, where I got a gold medal.
Wow.
And I have other adapters. See? I just switch, and there I can go and play golf.
Wow.
I have another one for cross-country skiing, where the pole goes here and allows me to cross-country ski. This is for swimming.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks like a paddle. That's really cool.
Yeah, but today, prosthetic can do much more.
Like this one?
Yes, Zoe, that's what we call a myoelectric hand. Myo means muscle, and electric means it's powered by electricity. Your muscles on your arm generate a signal that in turn power the fingers of that hand.
What muscles make it move?
Let me show you.
I'm just flexing the muscles in my arm.
See how you close those fingers? Now close them fast. You're making those fingers work.
That's really cool. But my hand is more than open and close.
That brings us to this hand. It's called the Quantum. It is the most advanced hand in the world for myoelectrics. And this hand actually allows you to choose from 35 different grips. If I wanted to hold a plate, I would activate the plate grip, whereby I can take the plate, put it right under the thumb, close down on the plate, hold it, and then bring it wherever I want.
That's really cool.
If you want to use a keyboard, you can use your finger to press a keyboard. So depending on what you want to do, you can make the hand choose that grip for you.
That's super cool. Here's a question I got from Olivia.
How come running blades don't look like real legs?
Yeah, how come they don't look like real legs?
Well, that's a good question. So most running legs work like a spring. This is a running leg that belongs to a boy. When that boy runs, he puts weight on the leg, it bends, and then bounces forward, pushing him forward.
So do blades like this give someone extra running power?
They don't give you extra running power. They only give you the power that you put in.
Well, that was awesome. Thanks for helping me find stuff out about prosthetics.
You're welcome, Zoe.
You're welcome.
Check this out. I found out that there's some really amazing technology out there for prosthetics. This artificial hand can actually feel things like a real hand. But this question from Antoine really made me think.
How do you survive without arms?
Uh-oh, To get an idea of how hard it is to do simple things while missing an arm, try this. Try tying your shoe with one hand. It's really not easy. Okay, it's tight. Now I just have to make a bow. Almost got it. Oh, got it. Finally. Surviving with no arms must be really tough. Prosthetics are super helpful, but I found out they can cost a lot of money, and people can't always afford them, especially in really poor countries. But I found out that today we can use 3D printers to make them. A 3D printer heats up stuff like plastic to build an object like the artificial hands these kids are wearing, made specially to fit their size. And because they're a lot less expensive than other prosthetics, it means that when kids grow, it's easier to have bigger ones made for them. These 3D limbs are changing lives for kids around the world who might have lost limbs because of war. Now, they can do lots of the same things other kids do. Hey, those prosthetics are really fun looking. Maybe I'd make myself an extra arm. Sweet. I wonder what my friends would want. Ask a friend. If you could add an extra part to your body, what would it be?
Wings, so I could fly.
It would be a robotic arm that could it could activate anything. Like if you want a pencil, it could just activate a pencil.
An arm that the hand, it shoots spider webs like Spider-Man.
Legs, so we can run really fast and always win a race.
Feet that could fly, so with jetpacks on the bottom.
Gills, so I could swim around and stay underwater for as long as I wanted.
Now here's a question from William.
Can animals have prosthetics?
Bionic. There's only one place to find out. At an animal hospital. Hi, Jean.
Hi, Zoe.
So, can animals have prosthetics?
Sure, like humans. I designed some myself.
Cool. Can I see one?
So this is Gypsy?
Hi, Gypsy. Do you have superpowers? Yes, you do. You're super cute. What happened to her leg?
Well, she's born with one leg shorter than the other one, so we made a prosthetic.
I like how it's pink. How long has she had it?
Almost 1 year. All right, now I'm gonna take off the prosthetic device, okay? Just to check the leg. There you go. I'll take off the socks.
Is it a bit better now?
Right now, yes, because her leg was weak because she wasn't using it. Now that she is using it, it's much stronger. You have more muscle here.
That's great. Are there any other animals with prosthetics?
Absolutely.
It turns out that lots of different animals can get prosthetics if they need them. This duck lost her feet, and Réjean made prosthetic feet for her. He also helped out a bunny rabbit.
This is Daisy, and she got sick. And the back leg doesn't work anymore, so I designed kind of a wheelchair.
That's so cool. She's so cute.
Now she can walk without dragging her back leg. That was causing her a lot of problems.
That's amazing, Réjean. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Zoe.
You do physical therapy with animals?
I sure do. It helps them to adjust to their new prosthetics. We're gonna start with a little massage. It's gonna help to relax Gypsy's muscles. You're gonna make circular motions with your thumb all the way along her spinal muscles because they get tired from carrying her prosthetic. Go ahead.
Can I do it this way?
Sure. What's important is to not get on the bones, but to stay on the muscles. Gypsy seems to really be enjoying that.
This looks like an exercise ball I've seen before, but never shaped like this. It looks like a peanut.
It's shaped this way to be able to support a dog's body.
All these exercises help strengthen Gypsy's back.
Gypsy has a lot of pressure on her back by carrying this heavy prosthetic, so we need to make sure it stays good and strong for a long time.
She'll be stronger than ever after this. Thanks for helping me find out about animal prosthetics.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Gypsy. And here's a question I got from Rowan.
Could a person who's paralyzed walk with a prosthetic device?
I checked, and it's possible. There's a special suit called an exoskeleton that helps people who are paralyzed or have difficulty walking. It's kind of like a robot that you wear. Moving your weight a bit to one side makes the robotic leg on the other side take a step. There's another exosuit that anyone can wear. It helps people in construction or other physical jobs. With the exosuit, they can lift heavy things without tiring out their muscles as much or getting hurt.
That seems almost like science fiction. Maybe I could have an exosuit that could let me time travel.
Wow! Nice T-Rex! Yeah, sure you can fly, but can you do this?
All this high-tech stuff has me wondering the same thing as Megan.
Can you control a prosthetic with your mind?
I found out you can.
Scientists have been testing this amazing technology that lets a person with missing limbs move an artificial arm the way we use regular arms.
By mind control. They're still working on it, but it's super cool. And guess what I've used mind control to do? Get the answer to Jada's question that started off today's show.
Do prosthetics make you bionic?
Well, Jada, the big answer is... yes, they do.
I found out that bionic means using machines to help us do things, sometimes as a replacement body part. Prosthetics are like small machines that help people walk, ski like a champ, or throw a ball.
So prosthetics make us bionic, but they don't give us any superpowers.
Huh? They don't?
Well, at least not yet, but maybe in the future.
I am future Zoe, I'm not far from today. The things I can do will blow your mind away. Everything you're dreaming it is coming true. Swim like a fish, have super hearing too. X-ray vision, bionic eyes. Hey, I can see you ate a lot of French fries. Half human, half machine, a cyborg you could be. And fly so high that from the sky the whole world you would see. I am future Zoe, I'm not far from today, but I still have to clean my room and put my toys away. Come on, future me, let's get this done.
In the meantime, I have Roland to help me out. Thanks, Roland. See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out.
Hope I didn't scare you. I'm wearing this because of a question I got from Kayla.
How come humans don't have scales?
Kayla, I really don't know, but I'm getting this scaly skin on my hand. I wonder if it's possible we can have scales. I'll find out the answer to your question and mine by the end of the show. Meanwhile, here's another question about the stuff that holds us in. Skin.
Why do we have skin?
Yeah, why do we? Well, Michaela, I checked, and we have skin for a lot of reasons. It's an organ, like our heart or lungs, but it's actually our biggest organ, and it has a special job to do. Check this out. Skin keeps us from dehydrating. Without skin, not only would we look weird, but we'd dehydrate, because all of the water in us would leak out and evaporate.
I'd like my skin back, please. Much better.
Our skin also has sensors that keep us safe by telling us when something is hot or sharp. Our skin also helps us to take in energy from the sun and turns it into vitamin D, which keeps our body strong.
Thanks, buddy. Hot.
And there's another good reason you have skin, to keep germs out. I'm gonna find out what would happen if I didn't have skin. And because I don't actually want to lose my skin, I'm gonna use these bananas for today's... Uh-oh. Dude, try this at home. Let's pretend this banana is me with skin. And this one is me without skin. And this blue food coloring is gonna represent germs that can get into your body. And now we put the banana with skin in this water and the banana without the skin in the water. Oh no, help me, oh no. Stop complaining, it's for science. Oh, I guess so. Now we just have to leave them overnight. And then you come back the next day. And here's the skinless banana. Ew, that's disgusting. It looked like it absorbed all the blue germ water. Achoo. Oh no, I don't feel so good. Ugh. And then we have the banana with the skin on it. He's fine. So the germs didn't get inside him because the skin protected him. So if you want to keep out germs, always keep your skin on. Here's a question from Ronnie.
How does our skin grow back?
To find out the answer to your question, I'm here to talk to skin doctor Rebecca Morley, because I got this really bad cut on my finger.
Oh, that looks really sore. Let's have a closer look.
I guess I can't fool you.
Not when you do the job that I do, looking after kids that have really serious skin injuries.
So if my finger was really cut like that, how could the skin grow back?
For something like this, we might have to do a little suturing. So this is just like a needle and thread.
Right.
Just like your mom or dad would use at home if they were trying to hem your pants.
And then that will help fix the wound?
That'll help fix the wound. It'll bring the skin edges together. And if this were real skin, it would move a lot more easily than the plastic finger.
Right. Cuts heal quickly because we're always losing old skin and growing new skin. So you only need to keep stitches on a cut for about a week.
When we have wounds that are really, really big and we can't bring them together with stitches, sometimes we have to do something called skin grafting.
What's that?
Skin grafting is where we borrow a patch of skin from one part in the body and we move it over to another part of the body. Sometimes we'll take them from other people or pigs.
Pigs? So you could be like part pig.
I guess temporarily.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit.
Now here's a question from Tristan.
Why do we need sunscreen?
The experiment. To find out why we need to use sunscreen, I've come to the sunniest place I know, the beach.
Harrison, I've got something really neat to help us with our experiment.
A pizza, all right. A Frisbee, and it just changed color.
Yeah, these are really cool Frisbees. They're designed to change color from white to purple when they get exposed to the UV rays from the sun.
So why does it change from white to purple?
Well, it's a special chemical that they have inside the Frisbee. And it's kind of cool because it seems to resemble the way that our skin turns color when it's exposed to the sun.
Right.
So very similar to the Frisbee, when we're outside, our skin contains cells called melanocytes, and they release little pockets of pigment that are designed to protect the rest of our skin. Very similar to opening an umbrella.
Whoa. Hi there, melanocytes.
Uh-oh, here comes the sun. Quick, we need protection. Open your pigment umbrellas.
The pigment umbrellas do protect us for a little while. But if we stay out in the sun too long, they can't keep up, and we get sunburns.
And that's why it's important to wear our sunscreen for sunblock.
So that also blocks the sun, just like the umbrella as well.
Just like the umbrella would do.
But what's the difference between the numbers? Like this one says 15, this one 45. What's the difference?
The higher the number, the higher the protection. In fact, I've designed a little experiment to help us illustrate that.
All right. Oh, but it didn't change color when it hit the sun this time.
Now, these are exactly the same Frisbees, but earlier at the hospital, I covered this one with an SPF of sunscreen of 45.
Right, so that's why it didn't change color. It's because it has the sunblock on it, right?
That's correct.
Except for like the few spots that you missed.
I did miss a few spots. When we put our sunscreen on, we have to cover all of the areas. Otherwise, you'll get a burn in those spots.
Right.
Now let's have a look and see when it's an SPF of 15.
There's probably more. Oh yeah, it sort of works, but it's still like slightly purple, and it's not white, so the 45 covers it more.
So this is a lighter purple than when it didn't have any block at all.
Right, yeah.
So it's good to have some protection, but the higher the number, the greater the protection from the sun.
If we bring this into the shade, then that means there's no sun hitting it, so it shouldn't turn purple, right? But it's still turning purple.
Even though we're well protected by this umbrella, there are still some UV rays that are getting through.
Oh, so you still need sunscreen even when you're in the shade?
Absolutely. So Harrison, there are a few other things that we shouldn't forget before we go outside and play, like the lip balm.
This protects your lips, got that.
Some protection for our eyes.
Sunglasses, got those. Check.
And we're already wearing our hats.
Yeah.
So I think we're ready to go.
Nice, let's play some Frisbee.
All right.
Ah, I feel so safe at the beach since you put sunblock on me.
I didn't put sunblock on you.
If you didn't, who did? Save me!
I can't, he's too scaly. Oh, I forgot to ask Dr. Morley about my scaly skin. I hope I'm not turning into a fish monster. Anyway, here's a question from Jada.
Why do I have freckles?
The Flat Earth Corner! Well, Jada, the ancient Romans thought that freckles were caused by evil spirits. The good news is, we know how to get rid of freckles. You just use this. It's made from crocodile intestines. Ancient Romans thought you should go to the Nile River in Egypt and catch your own crocodile. Then rub its guts all over your face. But if the crocodile puts up too much of a fight, don't worry. You can also get rid of freckles by rubbing frogs on your face. I know what you're thinking. If you rub a frog on your face, you'll probably get warts. Don't worry. As we ancient Romans know, that's just a superstition. Hey, I think I missed a spot. Throughout history, people have had a lot of strange ideas of what causes freckles and how to avoid them. But freckles have nothing to do with evil spirits, crocodiles, or frogs. People who get freckles have less melanin than other people. That's the stuff that gives color to the skin. But a few of their skin cells have extra melanin. So, when they go out in the sun, those cells turn brown, creating freckles. If you have the kind of skin that gets freckles, be extra careful not to get overexposed to the sun. But you can still eat as much ice cream as anybody else. Now here's a question from Maya.
Why are there so many types of skin?
Yeah, there are a lot of types of skin. In fact, I think I feel a song coming on. Skin. So many different types of skin. Skin's what keeps your insides in. Elephant skin is gray and thick. A dolphin skin helps it swim quick. A chicken skin has holes for feathers. A rhino skin feels like leather. Skin. With green skin, you could be an elf. Banana skin, you could peel yourself. Skin that's lumpy like a toad. And getting warm brain overload. You're gonna make my head explode. You're gonna make my head explode! There's a lot of different kinds of skin because animals need different skins to do different things. And humans have different types of skin depending where it is on your body, as I found out in my Great Challenge! To show how our skin is different in different places, today I have two sets of challengers, Sarah and Dahlia, and Gabby and Devin. Today, their challenge is to figure out different types of objects using their skin. So first their leg, and then their foot, and then their hand. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first object, and start. So first is the leg.
Sponge?
Yeah, he already got it, okay.
toothbrush?
Wow.
Marble?
No.
Nope.
And switch to the foot. And the hand.
TV remote?
Yep.
Oh yeah, they got it.
Styrofoam? Nope.
Switch to the foot.
A ball? Nope. No.
And switch the hand.
Silly putty?
No.
Gooey.
Time's up. Next object.
Sponge?
Nope. And the foot.
A cloth?
Let's get closer. And the hand.
A Swiffer?
No.
No. Carpet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Styrofoam?
No. Cardboard?
Really close.
Really kind of.
Move on to the foot. And the hand. Dahlia's getting really close.
Paper towel roll?
Yeah.
Wow, that one was like a tie.
An egg?
Nope. Okay, move to the foot.
A fish?
A ball? No.
No? Okay, move to the hands.
An orange?
Yeah, it is an orange. Okay, so I think we have a winner, guys. Devin and Gabby.
Yay!
So what was the easiest body part to feel with?
First it was the fingertips, then the foot, then the leg.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I checked, and the reason for those differences is because you have a lot more nerves in your fingertips than your legs or your feet. Check out this animation I made. Parts of our bodies are more sensitive, like our lips, ears, and hands. This is what our bodies would look like if the most sensitive parts were the biggest.
So weird. Ew, that's so weird.
So thanks for helping me find stuff out about skin. I got you some cool souvenirs. They're marshmallows that you guys tested.
Ew. Gee, thanks, Harrison. Thank you.
Now here's an embarrassing question from Ava.
How do people turn red when they're embarrassed?
To find out, let's get some
Street smarts.
Have you guys ever turned red with embarrassment?
Yeah!
Let's find out their stories.
I was skipping at school and my pants fell down. I ran right into a pole. I threw up in a pool.
Did everybody see?
Yes, and it was yellow. Bright, chunky yellow. I was at my dad's work, and I was supposed to hug my dad, but I hugged his friend. I was going to the washroom and forgot to lock the door, and someone walked in. You know those mime statues? I didn't know they were actual people, so I went up and touched one of them, and they scared me. It was really embarrassing.
And did everybody see?
Yes. Harrison, what was the moment when you were red from embarrassment?
Yeah, we want to know.
I don't turn red from embarrassment. I turn blue.
What is it? What is it?
So, Ava, we do get red from getting embarrassed. I checked, and the reason is kind of crazy. When you're embarrassed, your body reacts the same way it does as when you're in danger. The tiny veins in your face open up and let more blood in. So we get more oxygen for bursts of energy. So we're ready for fight or flight.
Did I say something? Anyway, here's a scary question.
I always pick my scabs. Why do they form?
She knows everything about gross skin, and now I'm gonna let her in. Please welcome Kate Daly. Don't eat my brains!
It's okay, Harrison. It's just special effects makeup.
Oh, wow. You must win a lot of Halloween costume contests.
Favorite time of year.
Kate, that zombie was really good.
Thanks, Harrison. It helps to know some of the real science behind skin so that I can make real-looking fake skin.
Right. Well, I got a question about scabs, and I was wondering if you could show me with your special effects kit.
Absolutely. Scabs are fun. So a scab forms when you get a cut, and your blood actually clots to block the hole. It gets all crusty and brown, like these coffee grounds. And it may look really gross, but it's actually your body's way of healing itself.
It's starting to look like a scab now.
And it's just coffee grounds and a little glue.
Wow, that looks really real.
Thanks.
Anyway, I have another question about skin injuries.
Why does a bruise turn purple?
Yeah, why does a bruise turn purple? I was playing baseball last week, and I got this really big bruise, and then it was like purple and almost turned green.
Well, a bruise happens when blood forms under your skin, but you don't get a cut. So when it first starts, it's dark purple and blue. And then as the blood breaks up beneath your skin, it turns green and yellow and so forth as it fades.
I've never gotten a bruise so fast in my life. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts.
There you go.
Wow, it looks just like the one that I got. Here's another question.
What is a wart?
Yeah, what exactly is a wart?
Well, a wart is where the skin keeps growing in a particular area and it sticks up over your skin or builds up excess. Sometimes you actually have to go to the doctor and get them removed.
Nasty.
There you go.
Wow, it looks really real. But how do we get rid of warts?
Well, this one's easy.
You're hilarious, but how do we actually get rid of warts?
Well, if you go to the doctor to get a wart removed, they usually freeze it with a special solution, and that, yeah, it takes the wart off.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I have another question, and this time it's from me. Can you help me look like a fish monster?
It would be my pleasure. There you go.
Wow, that's awesome. This will look great next Halloween. But what about these scales?
Those scales? Oh, those aren't scales, Harrison. You just have some dry skin. You just need a little bit of moisturizer. It's not unusual for people to get dry skin that kind of looks scaly in the wintertime. Sometimes it's a problem and you have to go see a doctor, but most of the time, just a little moisturizer and you'll be fine.
Hey, look, the scales are gone. Thanks for helping me find stuff out.
My pleasure.
Well, now it's time to get the skinny on the question that started this all off.
How come humans don't have scales?
And the big answer is... we have something better! Sure, scales are neat. They help fish swim and move from side to side in the water. And scales are good protection too. They're sort of like an armor. But human skin does stuff that scales can't. In addition to everything we saw, human skin lets us grow hair, which helps keep us warm. And it also lets us sweat, which helps keep us cool. And with skin, instead of scales, we don't have to look like a scary fish monster.
Hey, you look much better this way.
Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more Finding Stuff Out.
See ya!